Welcome to the Christie Taylor Show. I'm your host, Christie Taylor. I am so excited to talk to this young lady. Wow. When I read her bio, which I'm going to share with you, you're going to see why I'm excited to have as my guest today, Natasha Heschelle. She's an amazing Zimbabwe born Canadian actor and filmmaker who started her career at age 7 and hasn't stopped appearing in commercials, film, and TV projects since. Committed to the direction of her craft, Heschelle is careful with her choices. Part of the reason for becoming a filmmaker was to create projects for actors that look like her, roles that are respectful and purposeful. Heschelle's TV and film work has earned the popular artist a large following and industry respect. The artist brings this philosophy to her music. Revealing her musical skills was a logical next step for the artist. The 3 tracks on her newly debuted Imagine are a clear window into Heschelle's heart and soul and the artist's remarkable journey. The highly visual music video is an extension of her passion, which is on full display. Yes, Imagine. Her smooth, sensual sound is rooted deep. It's personal. The music has always been there, and now it's time. Time for us to help us come to the show, the Christie Taylor Show, Natasha Heschelle. Hi, darling.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, first of all, Zimbabwe and
Mhm.
Canadian. Okay, let's talk about your deep roots in the motherland and how you became north of the border.
Well, I was born and raised in Zimbabwe, and I've always had a passion for arts, acting, dancing, music, and stuff. But back home, arts is not really something that your parents want you to do. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, the entertainment industry there is not that great. So I really never had the opportunity to actually, chase after my dreams. But
Mhm.
then my mom came here when I was, I think about 7, and she knew I wanted to be an artist, and she actually encouraged me to come here as well to join her and actually chase after my dreams, and I did, and here I am.
Well, thanks to your mom, because it appears that you have maxed out the last good 20 years of your life in the industry. And I love the fact that in your bio, it talks about you have a great following, but you also have industry respect. Can we talk about how have chosen certain moves within the industry? Because that's very important when it comes to people of color and particularly women.
Yes. Well, the thing is, when I create work, I create work for people that look like me, because I know first time I started acting, I used to get auditioned for these stereotypical roles, living in the ghetto and stuff like that, and that's something I feel like we have to break away from if
Yeah.
we're going to represent Black people for who they actually are, not what the world thinks they are. So every time I create roles, I create work, a TV show, or like a short film, or a film, or music videos, I always try to bring out this thing in Black women that people don't see. We are more powerful than people think. We are not just ghettos or like whatever. There's so much going on, about us that people actually don't know about. So that's exactly what I'm trying to bring out. I'm trying to show the world that we are more than just what the stereotypical roles make us to be like.
Yeah, beyond the one dimension, definitely beyond the one dimension. And I'm interested because are you in Toronto or within the city, or are you
I
very
mean,
much involved? Excuse me.
sorry, I'm in Toronto. Yes.
So okay, so that means that if you're in that particular industry, are you very well connected with the Toronto Film Festival or just the whole film scene? And can you give me more insight into what that's like for you as a young uh, Canadian woman?
Well, I'm just starting out, and I'm getting to know a lot of people, and there's the entertainment industry here in Canada. It's very I'd say there's a lot of discrimination. If I'm blunt, there's not a lot of roles for people of color. It's very hard to get a decent role, for someone who's not white. So
Understood.
I'm just trying. It's like I'm meeting all these people, very great people, very talented people, and I'm learning from them. But at the same time, I am learning that we are very underrepresented, you
Yeah.
know. So I am trying to infiltrate that and just, you know, get people to actually make room, not just for Black people, but for people of color, for, you know, Chinese people, Asian people, just people, just not white people only, right? Just everybody. So I think
So
that's the
Natasha,
most challenging thing
yeah,
for me. Yeah.
I hear that. Okay, number one, I think that you are probably at the end of the millennials or the beginning of what they call it, the Zoomer generation, the
I,
millennials. I know you all are like, we're
I
not
don't
into
even know
those
what.
labels. I know
No,
it's like, but we're stuck in labeling. We're definitely stuck in
we
labeling.
are.
I
We
would
are.
be part of that millennial. Well, actually, I attract a lot of millennials, but I'm a part of Generation X, which is the most like you all in mindset.
Right.
When I hear you talk, and I think you're probably in your 20s, mid 20s or so,
Hmm.
you're saying a lot of the things that the pioneers and independent filmmaker from 20 plus years ago were saying, like your Spike Lee's, John Singleton here stateside, and we have basically come full circle. A lot of people who were crying those same things and speaking about the need for greater inclusion, and there was a lull, and there was a moment that you had that inclusion, and then you hit the wall again. I'm
Hmm.
I'm grateful to know. I'm really grateful to know that we have across the world, because so much of what we were dealing with the lack of representation in Hollywood was very stateside.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming a global conversation. That's what I'm getting to. It's a global conversation that no one can say, oh, we've allowed Oprah to get in. We've allowed Spike Lee to get in. We've allowed, because they let you know we're letting you in. But
Yeah.
now it's a course, it's a resounding message across the globe that this can no longer be business as usual, because they're leaving billions of dollars on the table, not addressing the various niches of
Yeah.
people who want to be seen in
Hmm.
cinema. I
Yes.
just wanted to kind of say that, because it's like to lend to your story that there is still that wall, but it's just being dismantled brick by brick. And I'm glad that a new generation is speaking to it and saying, oh no, we're kicking the door in, we're pulling the walls down, we're going to level this once and for all. But I
Hmm.
like what you're saying. You're learning from them while also putting yourself in a position to create your own. So let's talk about you and your independent spirit and how you establish that, and what does that look like when it comes to the industry. What does it look like business wise?
Well, there is a market out there, to tell you the truth, for for people of color, because when, for instance, if I create, because I have I created I have a TV show that's currently in production. Before I created that TV show, I had like this small web series that was sort of like a pitch concept for the bigger show. I was nervous at first because I didn't know if I had a market for it, because it was a majority Black cast, and it's like a vampire show. You don't get to see Black vampires, to tell you the truth.
No, not now. Yeah.
You don't get to see.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
I know, like the Vampire Diaries and all that. It's all like, I mean, those are great shows. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying you don't get to see Black vampires, and you don't get to see um, TV shows that represent young Black people. I've
Mhm,
searched and searched. You don't get to see that. So
mhm.
when I created my TV show, I created the pitch concept first, just to see, if there was a market for it. And let me tell you something, there is. Okay, it's not just for Black people. It's for people of color, like everybody out there, because they get in. So that's what I learned, actually, which is very interesting, and I think, you know it's a good thing, because they get inspired. They see a person of color creating something, and they get inspired by that, and I guess they learn from that. So there is a market out there, a huge market for TV shows that represent, um, people of color, which is something very interesting. This is why I actually decided to put my the actual TV show in production, because I realized there's a market for it. I don't people don't I think the industry, they don't really, I don't want to say they don't know that there's a market for it, because they don't create shows like that. And I think that's something that we have to change. That's something
Yeah,
that we have
that's the conversation. Now we're getting to the money. Now
yeah.
we're getting to the fact that there is a market and that it is profitable. Because for
Mhm.
decades, there was always the, oh, we can't do that. We can't green light that because there's no market for it or it's not going to
Yeah.
make a profit. And then
Mhm.
you'll have people stateside like Tyler Perry, who has
Yeah,
a very strong niche and he's now a billionaire.
yeah,
He's probably
exactly.
a quiet billionaire.
No, I even thought there was no, because seeing all these TV shows with with that don't represent people of color, I believed that maybe there was no market for it because, like, we're in North America or something. I don't know. But then when I watched Black Panther, I was
Okay.
so blown
Yes.
away, because first of all, they not the fact that they were just black, they represented the African culture, something that you never see in Hollywood. They represented the African culture, and they were speaking in Zulu. I understand Zulu, and let me tell you, when I
Wow.
sat in the theater and heard those people speaking Zulu, whew, I was just
Wow.
I was just blown away. I'm like, I can actually do this. I can actually
Yes.
be myself. I can have an accent and still sell.
Yes.
Because, like, a lot of times people with accents in Hollywood, they're discriminated. They want you to have a North American accent. Not everyone has a North American accent.
That's right.
There's people from different parts of the world that come to America. Are we not allowed to, you know, chase after our dreams simply because we don't sound North American? I don't think
Yes.
so. And Black Panther just proved me right. Those people,
Ah,
they had their African accent and they were speaking in Zulu, and it sold. It made so much money, not just in North America, but all over the
around
world.
the world.
So this is what inspired me. I know that when I create something, obviously it has to be good. When I create something good
Yes.
and and just get it out there, I know there's a market for it. I
I'm
know
so excited to hear because,
people.
for us, Black Panther was, first of all, I'm a nerd, or as they say, a black nerd.
Yeah.
So Marvel Comics, I mean, from Iron Man till when Black Panther, and we're already like getting emails like, do you want to be in Black Panther too? Because Black
Oof.
Backstage, .com and different casting. And I'm in Memphis, so we're not that far from Atlanta, and they're
Mhm.
filming in Atlanta again. So we're like, this is revolutionary. And I'm so happy to
Exactly.
hear that you as a young black, I'm gonna call you black because that's how I feel. A young black African Canadian filmmaker was impacted by that film, and you are inspired to do the same. And
Yeah.
can I speak to your African ancestry? I did not understand, hearing them and seeing them and understanding that they did source a lot of fashion and music and language in the film. I loved it because it was like, oh, this is so cool. But to hear you say that it touched you in a different way, because we do have that disconnect, even though we like to give tribute to. But I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that they took that extra effort and that it impacted you in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
It
have
really did.
I have a question that
Mhm.
may seem a little uninformed, ignorant, whatever. How do you view yourself in the greater scheme of things when it comes to Black culture, as we understand Black culture to be on the state side?
Well, I hmm, honestly, I, 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 th- I don't even know how to answer that.
I
I
want if you
apologize.
could, because I'm seeking for that truth. Because oftentimes, let me put it in the context. We
Hmm.
have Issa Rae, who I absolutely love and adore. And when I was living in LA, I was totally binging on Aqua Black Girl.
Yeah.
I understand that there are Idris Elba, who I used to tell people, as with many women, like we all loved him and wanted to date him and have his children. You know,
Yes.
so many actors and movers and shakers. What her name is, Michaela Cola. Uh, like I Will Destroy You. I think
Oh yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
saying her name incorrectly. I Will Destroy You. That there are a lot of artists, creators from the continent, and or who have strong connections to the continent, or they have a strong connection to their ancestry, who
Mhm,
have come to America, who have come to the United States more particularly, and are doing very, very well. So there's a conversation now within the Black creative space
mhm,
of where is your identity. So I'm just very curious because I've never talked to no
mhm,
uh, one who has a direct connection to their African ancestry, and at the same
mhm.
token, you're North American. How do you see yourself as an artist first? I mean, as a person first, woman, and an artist in the Black culture conversation,
Um, to tell you the truth, because I know that every Black person comes from Africa,
right?
right? So I don't like to separate myself.
Hmm.
Like I don't want to say, oh, I'm Zimbabwean, so that's it. No, I'm Black, right?
Hmm.
I'm a Black person. That means that I'm connected to African Americans. I am connected to Africans as well, and I think that's that's one thing that us as Black people uh, should really look at. I don't think we should say, like, we should obviously acknowledge, other cultures, because there's
Yeah.
different cultures in the world.
Yeah.
You go to Africa, there's something different. You go to Jamaica, there's
Yes.
something different, and we are supposed to appreciate that, and
Right.
obviously, but we are all one, you
Yeah.
know, not just Black people. I think all humans, it doesn't matter where you come from. You're Black, you're white, you're Asian, we are all one. I think once we have that mentality, we can actually just realize that we're all people and appreciate that, okay, yes, we come from different places. We come from, I don't identify as just an African. I'm a Black person. I'm human. You're human. We're all human. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Appreciate other
I
cultures, but
understand.
actually see yourself as a human race. We are all the same. Do you know what I mean? If
Wow.
that makes
I'm
sense.
just super excited to be able to talk to a young lady of your ilk, because we haven't had a chance to really dig down deep into how expansive your career is, because we do want to get to the music, and we're going to do that right after this. We're back here, the Christie Taylor Show, with a young lady all the way from Canada, Natasha Heschelle. She is I would say a triple threat,
Oh
who
yeah.
is definitely making major moves in the television and film world. I love the fact that you have taken advantage of the internet, the web series, flipping
Yes.
that to TV and also doing film. But I understand since 7 years old, you've also had always had a great appreciation for music. And I would love to know what made you decide at this stage of your career to move into that space.
I think when I was 7, I used to do a lot of things. I used to dance a lot. I used to model. I used to sing, act, and stuff like that. But because I was still in Zimbabwe, and there was, the entertainment industry there is not really great, and I my family, they really didn't want me to have anything to do with arts, because it's not real
Yes.
according to them. They wanted me to be, my grandmother wanted me to be a doctor, and I
Yes.
was like, okay, but deep down, you know but then growing up and actually having the opportunity to make my own choices, I started to realize that I can't, I love my grandmother. I love my family dearly, but I can't do what they want me to do, because that's not my thing. No,
Right.
that's not me. But honestly, I have always had a passion for arts. I had to go against my parents, my grandmother, and just maybe, just sneak out of school just to go dancing or go modeling or whatever. And I only got like real opportunity to actually chase after my dreams when I came here. That was in 2014.
Okay.
That's when I actually came here to act, and I actually, I was in this world where I actually had the opportunities to chase after my dreams. I went to
Yes.
school, I got an agent, and I met people. I started learning so many things about the entertainment industry. I'm still learning about that as well. And that's that's actually when I got involved in the entertainment industry and started,
So
yeah.
the music aspect, when did that begin? Because number one, the new single is really amazing. You got some really great songs. Let's talk about Imagine. Let's just talk about the whole project
Hmm.
and the music video.
Uh, to tell you the truth, Christy, I wasn't really, I'm not really into music. I love music, but I've always really wanted to do acting. Yes, but this because with the pandemic, I had too much time in my hands, and I'm working on this film, and I thought I would just uh, make a song to promote that film. Like, it's a love story, kind of has the same themes as the song Imagine. It's sensual. It's a love story. It's kind of sad and stuff like that. So I thought I should create something to promote my film. And I thought, oh, Imagine, I can create Imagine, but I want to do a 3-track like EP
Yes.
to promote that. And there is Imagine. I went to the studio, made the song, and here I am.
Well, let's talk about the song. Who were the writers?
I wrote the song.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. So you are a reluctant singer-songwriter.
I
So
guess.
you
Yes.
are a reluctant singer-songwriter. So let's talk about the song and how it links to the movie, because I'm very interested in that, because storytelling is everything to me.
Yes.
Singer-songwriter myself. I used to
Mhm,
sing back in the day, screenwriting. So
mhm,
story. So tell me about the story in the song and the
mhm.
story of the film.
Well, the film, without giving away too much, it's about two lovers who want to be together, but they're being kept apart by their families. So with Imagine, song is basically two lovers that are being separated by this white kind of like plexiglass.
Mhm.
So that's kind of the idea. They want to be together, but they can't. Same thing with the film. We want to be together, but they can't. So I guess that's how it's linked. And I really, really, really tried not to give away too much of the story in the song. So
I like
we
that.
kind of had the same. It kind of
So
has the
is the
same.
name of the movie, is it a short or a feature?
It's a short.
It's a short. So is the short film called Imagine?
No,
Okay. Okay.
no.
So is it a work in progress, and how can we really, I mean, of course, across the bottom they can definitely follow you on your all your social media, but when it comes to supporting your visual work,
Mhm.
how can we do that?
On my website, I post everything on my website where you can watch it, where you can watch my work, and where you can purchase or support us in any way. Everything will be on my website.
Okay. And of course, you can also follow her social media to
Mhm.
gain access to some of the preliminaries and the preludes to all that. Because the music video, Imagine, is extremely stylized. Who actually shot that? Because you're saying you wrote the song, you did the vocals, a reluctant singer songwriter. That's a curse, because most people want to sing and songwrite and end up acting
Yes.
the other way around. And you're like, ugh, I
Yeah.
only did this for the film.
And
Uh,
I do like I'm a dancer, so I kind of enjoy showing off my
That was
skills.
beautiful. I
So
like that. Okay,
that's
be
why I
sure to
enjoy
check
doing the
that.
video.
Yeah, yeah. I was wondering about that too. So one thing about music videos, it is a convergence of all the arts. You can dance, you can sing, you can have the music production, you can have the visuals, which is extremely creative. So did you also come up with that? The
Uh,
visual?
I had a very talented cast and crew. I basically worked with this very talented director. His name is Andrew. He's done great music videos for Drake and
Wow.
big people like that. And he's very talented. So what I did is I had an idea. I was like, this is what I want for my video. Told him the themes. I told him what the song was about, what I wanted the video to be about, the whole black and white
Yes.
thing. I gave him that idea, and he just basically brought everything to life. I was like, wow, it's better than I expected, but
It
it's
was it was beautiful. I love very art vogue types work. So that really was like, ooh, nice. And
yeah.
to know that you did that reluctantly, it
Well,
really
I mean,
takes on a whole nother level of meaning for me.
no, I enjoy doing it. I really wanted to do it because I enjoy dancing, I enjoy acting, I enjoy being on
So
camera.
you like the music video. It was the singing and the songwriting part, huh?
I think so. I'm not really into sing. I don't know. I should be because it's art, and but
Yes.
it's just not my thing.
Well,
It's just not.
Natasha, I'm glad that the short film brought the singer songwriter out of you, because let me tell you, it's worthy of being celebrated, definitely indeed. So, any last words that you want to share with our audience today, Natasha Heschelle?
I just want to say to all my fans and everybody who's watching this show, I just want to say believe in yourself. Just do you. I grew up being told that I can't do certain things because of the way I look or the way I sound. But you know what? That's not for people to decide. That's you. If you're gonna fail, do it on your own. Just go after what you want. That's all I can say. Don't give up. That's not an option.
That is not an option.
Giving up is never an option. If you're going to fail, do it on your own. It's your life. Don't,
Yes.
why should other people tell you that you're going to fail? Do they know that? Mm-mm. No.
I love it. Thank you so much, Natasha. This has been a delight. And I look forward to the short film. And maybe you can give us an opportunity to stream it or screen it virtually. I'm connected to some local film festivals here, and I would
Yes.
love to get you connected to what we're doing here in Memphis, as well as, once again, I have more reasons to now come to Toronto.
Oh, yes, I'm glad. I will definitely keep you updated.
Well,
And
thank you very much. And thank you all for checking us out today. The Christie Taylor Show. Be sure to follow Natasha Heschelle on all her social media and her website to keep in the loop on what this amazing artist, creative entrepreneur is doing. Until next time.